Hello everybody, welcome back. This is part 2 of my Beatles singles collection. Part 1 basically went from 1962 to the end of 1965. So hopefully in this one we're going to go from 1966 onwards. So we are roughly about halfway through the first row of my records. If you watched my first video, you'll know. So yes, so this is 1966. So this is Paperback Writer with the classic Rain on the B side. Catalogue number for this one is R5452. And it's the gramophone codex. I think most of them will have the gramophone codex now on. Still got the sold in the UK text as well. And it's Northern Songs NCB on this one. And published 1966, not recording first published, which runs for them. So this is the A side. And that is the B side. Now, to looks at me, it looks like there was a sticker there. And there's been a sticker there. So, probably had somebody's name on it. Or it could have been a factory sample. Not quite sure. That one is actually big enough to have had a factory sample on it. And then, but sometimes they used to put like a sticker of red A on it as well. So it might have said factory sample on that and then A on that one. Never know, do you? Mystery. But yeah, very nice condition. Again, probably worth anywhere between £5 to £10. Unfortunately, this one is just in the plain white sleeve, which is the way I think I got that one. I did, but you know yourselves. Sometimes you'll buy records, and if the sleeves are okay, even it might not be the original company sleeve, but if it's okay, you haven't always got the funds to go out and buy reproduction ones or even the original ones, because the original ones are worth lots of money. Like this one. This is an original company sleeve from around 1966. Again, it's still Paperback Writer and Rain. It has the gramophone code text on it. And they're sold in the UK text. And actually, that one is in really, really nice condition. That B side actually doesn't look like it's ever been played. See that? And the A side doesn't look like it's ever been played. And it has actually got a KT tax code, very faint there. It's actually got very little spindle wear as well. Spindle wear is, you know where the hole is in the middle, you can usually see, like known people have been going like that. Got a little bit, but I would say that is an excellent condition. So I would say that one is worth around, I don't know, £15 to £20 in that condition with the proper company sleeve. See what I mean about the difference? Okay, that record is in better condition than that one. If there was both in the same condition, that one's worth 5 to 10, and that one's worth 10 to 15, maybe even a little bit more. And that's down to the sleeve. Now we've got Eleanor Rigby, which of course has Yellow Submarine on the B side. And again, although this is an original company sleeve, I think it's from slightly later. Well, it is from slightly later because it's got Sergeant Pepper on the back. And obviously that was released in 1967 and this song was released in 1966, wasn't it? Again, the gramophone co-limited, which I think will be on most of these now. KT tax code just there, don't know if you can see it. Eleanor Rigby, lovely song. Yellow Submarine. Well, I've told you what I think about that answer. I don't like the song. I think on this single, I think it does work. Eleanor Rigby and Yellow Submarine. Just on Revolver, I just think sometimes Yellow Submarine spoils the flow of the LP. Now, of all the times we've actually been to Liverpool, I've tried to find, it's supposed to be a grave of Eleanor Rigby, and I know where the church is. I've been to the church because it's the same church where John Lennon first met Paul McCartney. But next time we're going, I will have a proper look, and I will see if I can find it. And if I do, I might make a video of that as well, because there was actually a person called Alan Rigby. Although Paul McCartney says he never knew, but apparently before they were famous, they used to hang around in that churchyard and drink beer and things like that. So he might have seen it and subconsciously forgot about it till he wrote the song. But that's in the realms of fantasy, aren't we, in a way? Another version now. This is it's Ellen Rigby and Yellow Submarine. And I did say catalogue number for this one is R5493. Northern Songs NCB still, but this one has got a solid centre. Solid centre means you can't push it out. Where that one, technically, you could push that centre out and put it onto jukebox. Where the solid centre ones you can't, which are actually the harder original Beatles singles to get. Yeah, so this one's not in too bad a condition. Like I say, I've got more than one copy of most of these singles, so I am very, very sorry if you're getting bored. I will try to make it as entertaining as I can. But sometimes if you just say, well, that's the same, sometimes you can miss things out. So I thought, because we're doing these videos and there'll be in so many parts, we could take a bit of a more detailed look. This is a 20th anniversary copy now. So it'll be from 1986. The only thing I've got again, it is a lovely picture sleeve, but that's from when film came out, in 60. Well, that photo is from 1967, isn't it? The film came out in 68, and the LP of Yellow Submarine didn't come out till 1969, where this single came out in 1966. But it does look good. That's just me nitpicking. And that is near the grave of Eleanor Rigby. So you've even got an Apple logo on that, haven't you? So as far as I can make out, this is exactly the same mixes and everything. Still says Northern Songs NCB on this as well. And you've got your one box, my logo. Now we've got one of the best Beatles singles ever, in my humble opinion anyway. Which is Strawberry Fields Forever and Penny Lane. Again, solid Santa, and it has got KT tax code. Again, this was a double A side, which meant that in the UK, both sides of this single got equal airplay. Both sides of the single technically got to number one. Now the strange thing is, in America, Penny Lane I think got to number one or number two, something like that. But Strawberry Fields Forever didn't get to number one, did it? It got to about number 46 or something. Mind you, having said that, I just remember this didn't get to number one in the UK, did it? It got to number two. It was actually held off the number one spot by Engelbert Humperdinck singing "Please Release Me, Let Me Go." Nah, if you like Engelbert Humperdinck, that's fair enough, but in Strawberry Fields Forever, not getting to number one. Penny Lane, not getting to number one in the UK. You'd have thought, wouldn't you? I bet most of you thought that they got to number one. I mean, I'd forgot they didn't. Right, this is a reissue of Penny Lane. It's actually from Holland. So, although it's got a very small EMI box logo there, right, and it's got the Parlophone Co-Limited there, then it's got Made in Holland there. Parlophone. Parlophone code. Surely EMI was known as the gramophone code, wasn't it, in 1967? To be honest, I didn't even realise I'd got this one. Well, I knew I'd got it, but I didn't realise it was made in Holland. Not bad condition. Now, this Parlophone sleeve, I'm not sure when this is from, but I think it does actually go with like the Strawberry Fields and Penny Lane things, because it does actually look quite psychedelic, doesn't it, though? But I don't think it is. I think it's from the early 60s, from the things that are advertised on the back. So again, because that is a foreign pressing, it's a slightly different label, that could actually be worth about 25 quid. Maybe even a little bit more. Now we've got All You Need Is Love with the classic Baby You're a Rich Man, which was on the B side. Yeah, see, made in Great Britain. The later ones in England would say made in the UK or made in England on them. Gramophone Co Limited, sold in the UK text. Northern Songs NCB still on there. Baby You're a Rich Man. See, I think that should have actually been a double A side, but because I think Baby You're a Rich Man is a brilliant song. Again, solid centre. So this is the rarer sort of Beatles singles that you can get from the 60s. And the one to look out for if you ever get All You Need Is Love, I don't think I've got a copy of it. Well, I say that. I know I haven't. Is the one where there it says recorded during live worldwide transmission. There is a version where it doesn't say that. And that's the one that's worth more money. That is actually still worth about around £20, believe it or not, in that condition. And it is in, I don't know. It is a company sleeve from the time, but I think this might be from early, like late 1966, because it's still Fan the Fan, which was like over so many releases. It was like a bit like a comic book story. This is Hello Goodbye with the classic I'm the Walrus on the B side. Again, the Gramophone Co Limited on the outer label. Now the strange thing about this one, or the nice thing about this is, yes, it is a solid centre, and it says sold in the UK. There, look, but it's actually made in France. But yeah, it's still got the British catalogue number of R5655. Oh, by the way, All You Need Is Love was catalogue number was R5620. Yeah, so sold in the UK subject to resale price conditions, see price list, but yeah, it's a French best record, isn't it? Again, a period-ish company sleeve, but again, I think that's probably from the year before, because again, it is Fan the Fan. Another one of Hello Goodbye, and a Columbia sleeve this time. Now, I'm just assuming that this is in the wrong sleeve, but I think sometimes if you went to the record shop, they just used to put it in whatever sleeve they had at the time. And obviously Columbia was part of the EMI, wasn't it? So yeah, this one is the same, but it's made in Great Britain at the bottom. Same mixers and everything. And that has got a KT tax code. Nice. That is actually in quite a nice condition. Excuse me if I'm breathing a bit heavy. I don't know if you know, but I actually had COVID at the beginning of this year, and I was actually quite poorly with it at one point, and touch wood, I am okay now, but sometimes I do still struggle to breathe a little bit. Nothing to worry about, but you know, I'm still here. That's the main thing. This is another Hello Goodbye, not in so good a condition now, this one. It is an original first pressing. Of course, I'm the Walrus. It's also on the Magical Mystery Tour EP in the UK. And believe it or not, Hello Goodbye is actually featured in the Magical Mystery Tour movie right near the end. Only a snippet of it. This is the last single that the Beatles actually recorded for Parlophone from 1968. It still says Northern Songs NCB there. Lady Madonna, which I think sometimes is quite underrated or overlooked in the Beatles catalogue. B-side is The Inner Light by George Harrison. This is a bit dirty on that side, actually. That side's virtually mint. Yeah, that side's quite dirty, isn't it? Yeah, The Inner Light was the first B-side by George Harrison. Got to number 1 in the UK. Again, in the Parlophone sleeve, but it's not from the right period. Although it does suit it because it does look very psychedelic, but as we know, this was from early 60s one. This is a reissue of Lady Madonna from the early 70s. It does still say, see, most of them will say made in England there, or made in the UK, where this does still say made in Great Britain. But it says EMI Records there instead of the Parlophone Co Limited or the Gramophone Co Limited. Not too bad a condition, actually. B-side's better. Like I say, you know, most of these singles, rough prices between £5 and £10. Now we're coming on to the Apples. So I'm hoping that you're going to be able to see these okay on this. Apple. This is how Apple Records, if there wasn't in a picture sleeve. As I've said before, in the UK in the 60s, the only picture sleeves, Beatles picture sleeve singles we ever got was Strawberry Fields Forever and Let It Be. Don't know if this is an original one or not. So this is still a solid centre. Hey Jude. Catalogue number is R5722. Well, Lady Madonna's catalogue number, by the way, was R5675. But of course, now we're on to Apple. This isn't a brilliant copy. Not a bad net, but they've still got the sold in the UK text. And now it's Northern Songs Limited. Bit of writing on the label there. And the B-side was Revolution, wasn't it? Say you want a revolution, we know. Classic single, classic pairing of songs. Got to number 1 virtually everywhere it was released, wasn't it? Nice single to have. You can actually get that on export, Parlophone export as well, which is actually quite rare to have. I don't think I've got a copy of it. That could be wrong. I've got a copy of it. I'll show you in a minute. This is Hey Jude again. This time it's got the push out centre, 4-pronged. Nice dark Apple label. Unfortunately, although the actual record itself on the B-side is okay, the actual label somebody's written on at some point. Does play very nice. And like these push out centres, you can actually get books and it will tell you, depending on if there's a ridge there or not, if it's an EMI pressing or a Decca pressing or a CBS pressing or a Pi pressing, and how many prongs they've got as well can do it as well. Most of them are EMI, but because it was such a big hit, they contracted out to some places. I think the CBS one is the hardest one to get, if I remember rightly. Yeah, very nice. Another Hey Jude this time, without a company sleeve. This has still got the 4-pronged push-out centre. In nice condition, actually. This sold in the UK text still. Hardly anywhere. And that little bit of spindle wear just there. The B side. Somebody's got the name there. Very good single. One of the best singles to get. Because basically you're getting best part of 12 minutes music on them two sides, aren't you? Because Hey Jude was 7 minutes something, wasn't it? I was just on about the export copy. This is an export copy of Hey Jude. Unfortunately, it hasn't got the original centre, so it's a slightly different. It's different catalogue number. So this is DB 570, and then it probably would have still had sold in the UK text there, believe it or not. This was actually sent out to companies where Apple hadn't been registered as a logo in its own right at the time. It looks actually quite weird seeing this on Parlophone. Northern Songs NCB, made in Great Britain. The gramophone code text look. And then that is the B side. Revolution. Quite rare. Not as rare as some records of the Beatles, but that's probably worth the best part of 50 quid for a single. If it had got the original centre, you'd probably be talking 100. That's it. Now we've got Get Back. Which I believe was the last Beatles single to be released in mono. Every Beatles single up to this, including this, were mono only mixes. We got them on albums. Sometimes they weren't even proper stereo versions. If there was a stereo album, it was like a fake stereo mix. Like I say, catalogue number is 5777, Northern Songs NCB, manufactured in the UK and EMI recording. In quite a nice condition. Now I've got another copy of it. Apple. Again, this hasn't got the original centre. But I just thought the text was slightly different, but I don't think it is. Very nice. I always think the Apple label was one of the nicest labels around in the late 60s, early 70s. Although I didn't really get to know it till the 80s, but I'm not sure if there's a Parlophone version of that or not. I know there is a Parlophone export version somewhere of something come together. I ain't got that. I wish I had. This is a reissue from 1989. The catalogue number and everything's the same. Period sort of like photo, isn't it? Get back down that way down. And the only difference with this is it's a lighter label. So you don't get the sold in the UK text, but you get your 45 RPM just there, if you can see it. And nice, aren't they? You know, they are nice to have. I always think they'd look good on a wall, but I got told off the last time I said something. I have actually got a copy of Please Please Me up there, and I think it's a good piece of chance. You see them up there. If any reissues, they're not originals. There we go, coming on to now the last few, to be honest. This is the Ballad of John and Yoko. So the catalogue number for this is R5786. This isn't the original centre on this one. It is an original pressing, a 1U, which is in there in the like the dead wax. So 1U means it wasn't actually pressed by Apple. By EMI, it was pressed by Apple. Northern Songs NCB 1969, manufactured in the UK. So this was the first ever Beatles single to be released in stereo. And on the B side, we had George Harrison's Old Brown Shoe. Now here, it's not Apple Publishing or Harris Songs, it's Sing Song Music Limited, which I think is the only time you will ever see it credited to that is on the single, because it's usually Harris Songs, isn't it? You know, and every compilation that you see on it's Harris Songs. Very nice. Solid centre version of it now. So this has got the sold in the UK text. Quite heavy vinyl as well. Dark green apple. See on here it still says Sing Song Music. Or Sing Song Music Limited. That's not actually in as good as condition as that one, believe it. This one isn't in as good a condition as the other one. But I think it's more worn, more played. And we've got Something Come Together. Again, the solid centre. Catalogue number on this is R5814. See now it says Harris Songs for George Harrison's credit publishing company. And then on the B side, we've got Come Together. Classic song. Again, technically, this was a double A side. So, you know, both of these songs did actually get #1 in the UK. And did it get #1? I forgot #1 or #2 now. I think, yeah, Ballad of John and Yoko was the last one that got to #1. I think it's got to #2, didn't it? Which is a shame because it is one of the best in something, one of the best songs ever written, isn't it, in a lot of ways. Original Apple company sleeve. Nice and shiny. Tell it's original because it's all creased. We've got a reissue now from the 62 to 1970 box set. This isn't the one that I showed you on my box set either. See what I mean? This slightly lighter Apple labels, isn't it? Nice though. Now this next one is a bit of a weird thing. This is how I got it a few years ago. I actually got it in a job lot. And it's, bear in mind, the bloke didn't say it was anything other, he just listed the records and he'd put Let It Be. But you know my name, look up the number. Which is fair enough. But if you look at them numbers, this number here, that would mean that this is actually a promotional copy. So this would have been sent out to radio stations, DJs and things like that. But the only thing is, to me, it doesn't look quite right. But then again, it is 50 odd years old, isn't it? Now, yeah, that, you know, that's got a push out centre. But it looks to me slightly, that looks very, very dark, that side. That side doesn't look too bad. So it could be, and it is a 21407/1U. So it is an original pressing, no matter what it is an original pressing, and it has got the scratched out metrics for the Apples one on here, because as you know my name was originally going to be a Plastic Ono Band single. So that is a bit of a weird one because it's PR5833. Modern Songs. And it could be. I know you can actually get this as a promo on Parlophone. Not that I've got one, but so I'm not quite sure what that's worth. I don't know if it's an original or somebody's made a label to put on it, but it seems a bit daft to make a label to put on something that. I mean, basically, I paid. Can't remember how much I paid for the job lot because it was years ago. So you never know. I mean, my gut feeling does actually say it could be real, but I'm not 100% sure. So now we have. This is how it did come out in the shops. Like I say, this was only the second ever Beatles single in the UK to have a picture cover. Flip back sleeves still. Could be. So I don't know, it's just that one on that side looks a hell of a lot darker than that, doesn't it? I don't know. It's hard to tell. And that doesn't look too different, does it? Yeah, so this is the UK original single anyway. Like I say, this is a 1U still. Northern Songs NCB. Of course, this was the last Beatles single we got in the UK. They were still classed as the Beatles. And this again has got the scratched out metrics. I don't know if you can actually see it on there. Because you know my name, look up the number, was going to be a Plastic Ono Band single with the other side being What's the New Mary Jane, if I remember rightly. It ended up being the B-side of the last ever Beatles UK single. It's very much like the Goons. If you've ever listened to the Goons, it's very much like them. That is worth around 25 quid, the picture sleeve. And I have got Strawberry Fields Forever in a picture sleeve in that job lot that I'm still going on looking at over there. I think this is an original version as well. Yeah, this is another original UK version. First pressing. Again, still got the scratched out metrics numbers on B side. And it is still in the original Apple picture sleeve. That's actually in nice condition. Probably worth about 20 quid. 15, 20 quid. And then this is the reissue from, it would have been 1990, wouldn't it? So, yes, you've still got the Apple logo, but then you've got the EMI one, look on that one. And it is a slight, very slight, if you can see it, very, very slight flip back sleeve. But this is paper thin compared to that. That's more like cardboard. But I think this is actually still a first pressing, that's in it, because it's got 7YCE 21407/1U. And it does seem to be dark labelled, doesn't it? Where on the reissues they were usually quite a bit greener, weren't they? So that's going to be end of part 2. I hope you've enjoyed that. There is a few more to do, which is a few reissues and a few other things. So I will do a part 3 in about 10 minutes or so. I'm just going to have a quick break and have a drink of orange because my voice is starting to go. So for everybody that is subscribing, thank you very much. And for everybody that likes my videos and is watching my videos, thank you very much. And I will see you in about 10 minutes on part 3 of my Beatles singles collection.